Happy Sunday! Welcome to Stories and Stitches. I'm Jada, still working our way through the Happy Farm sewing kit. We only have 2 more of the little mini kits left to do in here, and today we're going to make the trees. I know a couple of you have already gotten into your trees. I'm really looking forward to this. There's 2. This is the only little mini kit that actually has 2 things in it to do. So there's 2 trees in the tree kit as opposed to just like one thing, like for example the horse. We've done all the animals, so there's 10 animals. They're all done. We've got the trees and the barn left to do. Then I think we're going to have a little bit of fun with some of the leftover content. So there's sort of some ideas brewing in my head. But today we're making those little trees. So there's that little round one, and then there's this taller one here. So that's what we're going to do today. I have got my scissors. Kit comes with scissors, but I think your own scissors are better. I've got my glue gun so that I can possibly embellish. So there's no eyeballs to put on the trees, but I thought I would get the glue gun out just in case I want to put something on the trees. Don't know. I'm not sure I'm going to do that necessarily yet, but the glue gun is handy. I've also got some other craft supplies. I did a big cleanup of the craft room. Let me rephrase that. I did a kind of cleanup of the craft room. I did some sort of very specific organizing, including this is my felt stash. I absolutely tidied it up. So that took me quite a while, but I completely tidied it up. So felt stash is tidy. I also found homes for all of my little beads. I've got miniature bags for all of them, all the color cord, like they're all color separated. They're in their own little bags and they're living in this tin now. So it was very tiny, detailed, tidy up stuff, but it's the kind of tidying up that you can do while you have like a video going, and you can sort of like watch something and just relax and sip your tea and do some tidying up. And it does help make you feel a little bit better. I did clean up my craft, like my felt mess quite a bit. So now I know what colors I have. And it's good. I've got that handy just in case I want to use some of that for embellishment today. And I found some other fun things. So I found, this is obviously from the dollar store at some point. It's little bits of lace. I mean, not that I necessarily need lace, but I found that, and it's really cute. There's 6 different kinds of lace here, little tiny bits of lace, and if I'm not mistaken, it almost looks crocheted. I'm not sure exactly, but have that. I found a whole bunch of jewels, little plastic gemstones. So maybe I'll put some gemstones on my trees. I don't know, but I found that. I found a whole bunch of these, so that's fun. I found more little beads, and I think these are more of those beads from that bracelet I talked about an eon ago that I had like when I was 7. So I found those. If any of you saw the post I made on the community tab, on the stories and community tab, I found a gigantic bag of eyeballs. So I'm now spoiled for googly eyes. And I think I found a couple of other little things besides, but I put those all immediately into my emergency craft bowl because I thought there might be use for it as we move forward with this little project. Anywho, yep. So let me take you down to the craft table. I will also pop into the chat now and say hi to everybody. So hello everyone, happy Sunday. Welcome. We've got Jessica Rabbit, Crochet Girly, Dizzy D, JoJo's here, Lorraine, hi Lorraine, Charlie, Becky, Amanda. So good to see you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I hope to present a little bit of amusing company, a little bit of crafting with a girlfriend on a Sunday. So here we go. I've also got myself, this is just water, but I put one of those fizzy hydration tabs in it. So that's nice. Helps to be hydrated. Of course, and I've got all my little critters here with me. Let's get into the kit. So I still am working my way through that bag of fluff. And I have 2 of the eyeballs left. So, but now I've found that bag of eyeballs. I got more eyeballs than I need, and I don't need any eyeballs today. But I do want my, oh, you know what? Let me get my sewing needle out of there. So one sewing needle, and I'm gonna guess that I'm gonna need like the green and possibly the brown. I don't need the white. Boy, they give you so much in this kit, it's crazy. I'm gonna get the green and the brown out, and the rest of it can go to the side. And then we've got, so that can go over there. We've got the barn and the trees left to do, and we're doing the trees today. So, oh, this is gonna be so cute. So barn we'll be doing at a later date. I like to take a photograph of my prepared workspace. Let me just get these guys out of the road. You guys can all sit there and keep me company. So, I also have my needle and my needle kit, just in case I need an extra needle. I wasn't exactly sure what kind of embellishments might happen today, so I grabbed that just to be on the safe side. So let me just take a little picture of this, because I love documenting this. There we go. There we go. Okay. One photograph. Done. All right, let's get into this kit. Yes, thank you, Lorraine. Please hit the like button if you're here. I would love that. That would really help us out. Okay. Oh my goodness. These are just insanely cute. I just cannot get past how cute these are. All right. So unlike other ones, this is two full little trees to do. I just think that's so great. Oh my gosh, these are just so darn cute. Okay, so we've got a front and a back and a front and a back. So these are very simple. Front and a back, front and a back. Front and a back, front and a back. And it's the tall, narrow one. I guess, is this our oak and this is our maple? Is that how it feels like to you guys? This feels like a maple tree. This feels like an oak tree. So just front and back, and then the two trunks for both. No problem. They want us to use the brown and green threads. I've got my scissors, my needle. I've got stuffing, but it's off to the side. And it looks like the first thing we want to do is put one on the front, put two under the back. So we're sandwiching. So we've got, this is the front. Front and backs are identical. Front and backs are identical. So I guess it doesn't matter what way you put them. They're mirror image and identical. They both have I want the trunk, put one on the front, put two on the back. So we're sandwiching the tree, makes sense. We're sandwiching the tree with the trunk. Okay, easy peasy. Now it looks like they're gonna have us, oh, this is so cute. I'm just sort of flipping them around so that they kind of poof out. Charlie says apple or orange tree. Yep. Have I got this correct? Looks like I might do it this way. Yeah, there we go. And then this goes on the front, which is basically the same as the back. So I'm just going to lay them out here. So that's how they go together. And I'll make sure they're all lined up when I go to stitch. And it looks like we sew the green with the green and the brown with the brown. Makes sense. And I guess we can do that in whatever order we want. So it would probably be, oh, you know what? These, so that doesn't go. So we don't actually have to, I could just do the green stitching first on both and then add the trunks. So I think I'll do that. That seems to be pretty easy. And I probably won't be adding much stuffing if like maybe just a smidge, maybe none at all. I don't know that this really needs any stuffing. Hi, Darla. Mr. InStitches is requesting a coffee. All right, let's do this. So I'm gonna pull out about a yard. That might get me through both trees. We shall see. I'm gonna start stitching together the one that I think looks like a maple tree first. I'm gonna start down here. So this all lines up nicely. And I'm gonna just stitch the green all, and then I'm gonna add the trunks because nothing overlaps with anything. Except, nope, I can come underneath there. Yeah, okay. All right, off I go. All right, so I'm gonna try and keep my yarn or my thread under control here. Give myself a little less. Great. I think it's kind of like one of the things I enjoy about these little projects is that they sort of like, I love the little notebook, the little instruction booklet that comes with them. It's just so precious. It's just so stinking cute. And I think it's smart because you'll hear me say this, you know, frequently about other things, is that if you're looking through a pattern or an instruction book, or you're, you know, putting together a piece of IKEA furniture or something, it's always good to read through the entire instruction manual first before you pick up a hammer or a needle or anything. It's good to read through the entire instruction, the entire pattern, the entire recipe before you get started, because then there's no surprises. You kind of know what's coming. And I feel like with this, I like to do that. I like to kind of look through the whole thing, see how they suggest about putting it together, do like a mock-up of putting it together, and then kind of quickly in my brain, you know, picture myself sewing it. And that's why sometimes with this little, you know, set of projects, I've made little changes here and there because I look at how they sort of suggest that you put it together in the instructions, and it's great, it's fine, it would work. But I just, sometimes there's a slightly more efficient way, or a slightly, what I would think, neater way, or like we've done now a couple times, we've changed up the colors, or we've used different colors to stitch a certain area, you know, and they don't bother with that. So it's good. It's good to read through the whole thing first. And with these trees, it's really simple to just, I like this. You just kind of, you can sew together the green part, and then you can sew the trunk on top of it. So I'm going to enjoy this. Yes, Charlie was saying apple and orange trees. My first thought was that this looked like a maple tree and an oak tree. Not that there's anything unique necessarily about, like, there's no fruits on apples, or I should say there's no fruits on oak trees or maple trees, but oak trees have acorns and maple trees have little maple keys. So I'm just sitting here thinking that might be cute. It might be kind of cute to make a stylized acorn, just one, for the acorn, like for what I think looks like an oak tree to me, and then maybe make a stylized, if I can do it, maple key for the maple tree. That might be kind of fun, just to kind of give them a little bit of an embellishment and make them feel a little different. I don't know. That green is practically the exact same color as the green felt. That is so satisfying. It's the little things in life, right? I have to admit, a little part of me is going to be kind of sad when all of these little kits are done, because the lovely turn your brain off, just start doing a running stitch. You don't even have to make holes. You just stick the needle through the hole. The enjoyable satisfying sort of, not brain dead, but just the it's easy on the brain. It's just, I'm going to miss that. It's been very fun making these, and I just love the laser cut pieces of felt. And they line up perfectly, which is also crazy satisfying. Really like it. I'm gonna definitely try another kit at some point, because there are a couple other kits that I've had my eyes on, and this has just been so much fun. It would be sad not to do another one. Becky says, I have enjoyed doing this kit so much. I really have too. It makes me feel like a kid again. Makes me feel like I have a distinct memory of going to, when I was, I don't think I was a tween. I think I was like 9, 10, maybe 11 years old. We used to have this store in town, Mr. InStitches will remember it, that was sort of like a discount store. And we used to pop in every once in a while, my family and I, just to sort of see, like, oh, I wonder if I should go, yeah, I'm gonna go through there. We used to pop in just to see what was up, you know, like if there was anything new or what the deals were. And there was always like a little, it was like a little miniature department store, like, and I mean really, really small. Like you could walk in the door and you could scan the whole thing. But there was like, they had it broken down into miniature little sections. I really liked it. And as a kid, like it's probably even smaller than I remember it because I was little. But they had a little mini toy section. They had a little mini home goods section. You know what I'm saying? There was like a little mini snack section and all that stuff. Anyway, I would always go to the toy section, and every once in a while they would have crafting kits. And I can remember occasionally spending some of my pocket money on these crafting kits and taking them home. I even still have one of them. I'll pull that out on a stream at some point. It was for doing the beginner cross stitch kit. And they were like little craft kits like this. One was like for beginning cross stitching. One of them was for making those, you know, like you put all the little plastic bits in the metal framing, and then you bake it in the oven. It becomes like a little sun catcher. Little craft kits like that. I can remember picking up little craft kits like that and going home with it and just being so excited as a kid to just sit there and open up the kit and then pull out the instructions and, you know, and look at all the little pieces that it came with. And this puts me in mind of that. I am not going to put any stuffing in these trees because I don't feel like it needs it. I kind of like them flat anyway. So I'm just going to tuck these tails up into the tree. There we go. So that's the tree. So this is what I did just quickly. I went all the way around and then I just zipped across here to finish it. Who cares? Because it's going to be covered by the trunk anyway. So I don't think that really matters a whole lot. So that's one. I'm not going to add any stuffing. I guess I could put a little bit up there, but I don't think it needs it. I think I want to decorate it and pay less attention. This is more of like a background thing, so I'm not going to put any stuffing in it. So that I'm going to leave for now, and now I'm going to stitch up the other tree. I hope I have enough green left. I might. This might be cutting it close, but we'll see. And it's the same thing. I'm just going to put these together. Make sure they line up. That looks like... There we go. And I'll come in here. I'm going to leave a small tail because I'm kind of dealing with less. Oh, that's the wrong place. Here. A little bit of tail for knotting. And then off I go. Same thing. How about you guys? Did any of you get some kind of craft kit when you were little that you remember that maybe kind of kick-started your love of crafting or of a specific craft or hobby? Did you get a latch hook kit? Like a little latch hook rug kit? I did. Did you get like a jewelry making kit? Did you get a clay making kit? Did you get a anything like that? Sewing, cross stitch, maybe, you know, your first brush with knitting or knitting needles. Did you get like a little craft kit like that when you were a kid? I think I like the idea of doing the acorn, just putting one acorn on the tree. I think that might be kind of cute. Dizzy says, my mom got all sorts of things. I might be cutting it close here, but this won't be the first time that I decided to go all the way around with a questionable amount of thread and had to tie some in. So if I do, I do. Mr. InStitches says a mini squirrel. I kind of wondered about doing a little squirrel. Would that take away from the other regular sized barn animals in this? I kind of like the idea of a squirrel. Becky says, I had so many latch hook kits and jewelry making kits. I want to know what happened to my little, I finally made all those little rug kits. I got them and didn't use them for years. They just sat in my closet. And then one year I suddenly got interested in them and I made them all like crazy. I don't know what happened to them. Amanda says, my mom was very crafty. I can believe that. She was a crochet queen. Yes, we got crafty kits. Latch hook rug kits for sure. Hi, Sherry. Sherry's in the house too. Nice to see you. I'm curious because I feel like amongst my friends, I got a lot of these crafty kits and most of my immediate friends did not. And that isn't to say that they didn't like being creative. Like whenever I had a birthday party, we always did a craft and they loved it. But they themselves never struck me as being overly crafty. The paper dress dolls. The paper dolls. Like, remember cutting them out or punching them out of the little book that they came in? I still have a paper doll book. I might even be able to lay my hands on that. Guys, I might be able to do it. It's going to be close, but I think I can do it. So this has got to come in here. Look, this is how much tail. I've got to get them together and knot them. So let me pull this into the inside. Well, maybe not. Yeah, no, I want to pull that inside because I want that to be in there. All right, I'm going to put you down on the table for a minute so you can see what I'm doing here. I've got to knot these two little ends together. And I really want that. The problem is I want this to look complete, so all right, I'm cutting it close, but let's see if I can make this happen. So that, just pull a little bit on that. That one comes to the inside. This one needs to now come to the inside, and this is going to be the tiniest little knot. Okay. So I'm going to do most of the tying with this one. Oh, I just did it. I just did it. All right. Okay, there's one. And I can do this. I can do this. I just need a crochet hook. That's what. Got it. All right. Woohoo! All right, this can get stuffed up in here. So there's both my trees stitched together. I'm not bothering with stuffing, so that's fine. Now I'm switching to brown, and I'm gonna just stitch on the trunks and then embellishments. Moving right along, so I can get the green out of the way. Jessica Rabbit still has a paper doll dress book. I gotta find it. I'm pretty sure I still have it. It's like this Victorian style one. It's really pretty. I couldn't bring myself to cut it up. Crochet Girly says, my daughter got a paper doll book for Christmas from someone at church. She's really not into it right now, so I'm saving it for when she does want to use it. Yeah, see, that's a thing. We also, all of us, regardless of age, go through these different, like, interests phases. Like somebody was giving me latch hook kits, probably my grandmother, because she liked it. And I was getting those when I was pretty young. Wasn't interested at all. I think I may have taken it apart, looked at it and thought, yeah, no. But then when I was older, all of a sudden, like I came across it in my closet and I thought, oh, I might try this. And then I got like crazy addicted to it. So yes, if you get like a little craft kit, you know, or your child does, it's really worth putting it away because they'll probably be interested in it at some point. Kids today are, yeah, Sherry says, I loved those. Kids today don't know real fun. Yeah, kids today are kind of doing the more digital version, I guess, of this stuff. All right, I think I'm gonna come in here. Dizzy says, origami, I learned before because it became popular. I was around 5 or 6. Origami's fun too. I can remember making little boxes. Not that that was terribly origami, but it was, I remember making little paper boxes and I loved making them. Jessica Rabbit says, I think the tree that looks like a wedge, like this one, looks like it needs to be covered in red and white roses because of the bushes in Alice in Wonderland. Oh, a wedge. Yeah. I think I know what you mean. I think I like the idea. I'm really, I like the shape of acorns. They have one of those very pleasing shapes, like a pumpkin. It's a pleasing, recognizable shape. So I think I'm married to the idea of the acorn. I'm still on the fence about the maple key on the other one. I guess the other tree, I guess this maple tree, this tree that I keep thinking is a maple tree could also be a fruit tree. That would be easy too, like an apple tree. That's kind of classic. I like apples too. They also have a very pleasing shape. So I'm going to have to make this fit. Sort of shuffling around right now, but I shouldn't worry about that too much. Oops. I also enjoy kind of handling, what on earth? Handling these plastic needles. We all probably have several of these. Like if you buy crafting kits that include yarn, typically they come with a needle like this. You can also buy these for relatively cheap at like Walmart and stuff. Like they're just considered like yarn needles. I have a lot of them in different sizes and different colors because of the different kits I've bought over the years. But I don't typically use them with I don't use them with yarn all that often because I prefer my wool needles. Okay, I gotta think what I'm doing here. This is a hole, so it's gotta come in here. And then it's gotta go all the way through the tree. There we go, okay. First connection to the tree. Charlie says she made origami water bombs? How does that work? Lorraine says, got some kids interested in bracelet making, teaching them. Yes, bracelet making. Bracelet making on and off absorbed pretty much most of my youth. There's so many ways to make bracelets, and I enjoy almost all of them. Dizzy says I used to make balloons. Good Lord, really? I think I've played with water balloons once or twice, but I've never made any balloon-like things. Oh, I should clarify that. I've never made any water balloon-like things. I actually crocheted a balloon, but I haven't like turned it into something that you can fill with air or water. So I'm going through all 4 pieces now, which is oddly also satisfying because you can really feel kind of the thickness of the felt. But when all those little holes line up so perfectly, so satisfying. All right, so I'm going to go all the way through the tree, and this one worked out perfectly. So now I'm going to come in on this side, but come out in the middle, and I'm going to knot those 2 little ends together. All right, and I'm just going to pull this through here. And this there we go. Tucking the tails in. So there's the first little tree. Gosh, that's cute. Oh, all right. That can sit right there. And I will finish up tree number 2 now. So re-thread and these. And I don't think I need this anymore. I think I know what I'm doing. So I'm going to put this to the side. It's a good party trick, says D. Little water balloons. Well, I mean, how fun is that? I think I can remember playing with water balloons at one particular birthday party. And when you have a hot weather birthday party, you know, and a bunch of kids outside in the backyard, that sounds like fun. Especially if you make them first. Jessica Rabbit says she just looked them up on the internet. I'm going to have to do the same thing because I think that sounds kind of like a neat idea. Okay, so just lining up the tree, and I'm going to do the same thing, only this time I think I'm going to start and go up and around the tree first, just to kind of make it a little easier on myself, so I'm not holding it together for a long period of time. So this, here we go. Oops. Oh, no, you don't. There you go. And I should definitely have enough thread left to get, I think, up and around this trunk. I really like the design. I like how they made the trunk extend up over top of the greenery, because it gives it that, you're looking at the, say, the main trunks and where they branch off. I really like that. I like that a lot. The only thing I would consider adding if I was going to do like another tree is maybe do like an evergreen version. I don't think it needs it necessarily. I really love the little deciduous trees, but I'm always thinking about adding an evergreen, because I guess I've just grown up with so many evergreens around me that I kind of consider them, if you're going to have a little forest, it's got to have some evergreens in it. That thickness is quite substantial. All right. Do you ever do any other jewelry making, says Sherry? I used to do a ton of it, like a ton of it. That's why I have a sizable bead collection, because for quite a while I was crazy about making jewelry, earrings, necklaces, bracelets. But I liked to do jewelry where you strung beads on wire and then you kind of connected, you connected entire units of things together. I like to do knotted jewelry. I was really into that plastic gimp stuff when we were kids. But when I was a teenager, I made a lot of just really funky jewelry out of all kinds of things, whatever I could find. Beads, pop cans, marbles, just wire in general, beach glass, whatever I could find. I loved making jewelry out of it. So yeah, I even made my own beads. I made paper beads. If you've never made paper beads, that's really fun to do. Clay beads. I made jewelry out of buttons. Yeah, I was obsessed with making jewelry for years and years and years when I was a teenager. Got away from it in my 20s because I was more, I think from about 20 onward, I was just mostly sewing and crocheting and knitting. But I still dabble every once in a while. I like to make a little bit of jewelry now and then. Do any of you guys make jewelry of any kind? Like, have any of you ever dabbled with actually like making like glass beads? I forget what they call that. There's a word for it. It's right on the tip of my tongue. What is that called when you... What's that called? When you heat up the glass and you kind of like spin it into something. I can't remember the name, but I've always been kind of, it's right on the tip of my tongue. I've always been really enamored by people who can do that. Make their own glass beads. People who make clay things. And I'm just coming around the bend and I'm almost done with this. This is definitely an acorn required tree. I really see this as an oak tree. So I'm going to make a little acorn. And I've got, because I went through all my felt yesterday, I know that, okay, so that's going to have to come in here. Oh, wait. Maybe I'll go all the way through. Sure. So not the right number of holes in this one to make it perfect, but I don't think that matters at this point. And now I'm going to knot my two ends together. It's not quite glass blowing. Hi, Wendy. It's called. I want to say it's a word that starts with an M. It's not metallurgy. It's like lamp work beads. Again, not having a stroke. Lamp work. I think it's called lamp work. Lamp work? I am wanting to learn to make jewelry, says Sherry. Well, you're in the right place. Well, maybe we'll do some of that too, because why not? I love jewelry of all kinds. I love it. I love it. It's wearable art. I mean, come on. Lamp working. Thank you, Ms. Rabbit. Lamp working. So, see, I'm not entirely nuts. Lamp working. Lamp work. I once watched a girl do it at a craft show. She actually had her whole setup there, and she was making the beads right in front of us. And she was selling the jewelry she made, but she was also just selling the beads. And I have a weak spot for pretty glass beads as it is, but handmade, like little glass beads with little extra little glass dollop. Oh my gosh, yeah. I think she was selling them for like $15 each, and I'm like, I'll take all of them. We are a crafty bunch of coconuts. Lorraine, I like that. We are a crafty bunch of coconuts. Okay. I have 2 trees. This is my oak tree. I am going to make an acorn for it. I'm going to plug in my glue gun because I am not going to fuss with sewing it. I'm going to make a little acorn out of felt, and I'm going to glue it to my oak tree. And while I'm thinking about that, I'm thinking I might put a big fat juicy apple on this one too, and I might make that out of felt. I feel like that's the easiest road. So 1 fruit tree for my orchard, and an acorn for my oak tree. I like the idea of having an oak tree. So I'm going to put those down there. I am done with my needles, so I'm going to put that away. Dizzy says, I have all sorts of jewelry from beads to wires. It's hard. It's a paper bead making is fun, says Lorraine. It is. It is. Oh my gosh, it is. It is so much fun. Making your own supplies is so much fun. Just being creative. Okay, I'm gonna put the flosses away. So what's left is just the barn. Look how much floss is still in this kit. So I've got this much stuffing left over because I didn't bother stuffing the trees. I didn't want to. I might put all of this into the barn. The barn could probably take it because it's pretty big. That is so much floss left over. So if you've got leftover, like if you get this kit, you're gonna have a ton of floss left over. And I have 2 eyeballs, not counting the bag of eyeballs I found yesterday while I was sorting stuff. So making another animal, totally on the table. If you didn't see the posts from yesterday, this is one of the little felt animals that I made. I think I mentioned that I had been making these for a while, ages ago. This little guy's 20 years old, and I would make them kind of with the idea to hang them or hang them on a tree or just hang them for fun. But back when Mr. InStitches and I first got married, I was on a real run of making these, and I made this one back then, so I know that this is 20 years old. And I found him yesterday while I was sorting things out, and I thought, isn't it interesting that he's basically the same size as the other animals we've been making? So, but I stitched him all together. He's stuffed. He's got beads, or buttons, I should say, for eyes instead of like googly eyes. Sherry says, I made my first card yesterday. I'm trying to learn everything I can. I love learning. If it's a crafty make it thing, start it, do it, try it. Oh my gosh, just try everything. Because you never know what might like really spark your brain. And then you know all these different techniques, and sometimes you can marry them together, which is even more fun. Just here, I want one. So yeah, there's my little owl that I made. So I kind of lumped him in with the rest of them. I'm gonna plug in my glue gun. I'm gonna grab my felt. And now I'm going to make an acorn and an apple big enough to attach to these little guys. So acorn for this tree, apple for this tree. So I need my slightly sharper cutting scissors. I'm not going to sew these down. I'm just going to glue them. And so I'm going to take you guys back down to the craft table so that you can see what I'm up to. So let me grab my felt. Let me plug in my glue gun. Okay, glue gun has been plugged in. And now I have this lovely, neat and tidy stash of felt. So, question is, so I've got red and green here, and I think, oh no, I do have the browns here. I think. Did I include the browns? Nope, I put the browns in with the other ones. Okay, so I actually, this is how I cleaned up. I have this one, and I put all my neutrals in a separate bag. Just as neat and tidy, but trying to keep everything separate. So I'm going to do the apple second. I'm going to start with the acorn because that's the first idea I had. So, nice and neat and tidy. I want 2 shades of brown for my acorn. So I feel like I've got enough right here in these 2 tiny little scraps. I've got all my scraps kind of grouped in colors. So top and bottom, yeah, I'm gonna do top and bottom. So that'll be my acorn, tiny little bit. This is why I don't throw anything out and I'm a total craft supply hoarder. This can go back in here. There we go. Neat and tidy. I even tied up the 2 top handles just to kind of keep, there we go. Just so I can stack it vertically in my closet. All right. Charlie says red or green apple. I'm going to say red because it's a green tree and I want it to stand out. And I typically think of apples as red. But red, green, and gold are pretty standard colors. Actually, to be fair, most apples that I'm familiar with are red and green. They have kind of like red-green splotches all over them. All right, let's make ourselves a little acorn. So, I'm probably gonna put it here, or maybe I'll kind of superimpose it over top of, like I might just, like how big do I want this? Well, let's start with, is that too big? I don't think so. I mean, this is kind of like, I'm kind of making a point. Let's see if I can make a little lid width for it. That might be a little too big. Simple shapes. They're so like, yeah, and then it's gonna need like a little like, so is that too big? Is that like a little bit ridiculous? Because it's so cute. Maybe a little too big. You guys get what I'm trying to do, right? Like I'm trying to kind of make like a little kind of almost like a cartoony point. Like, oh look, that's a tree with an acorn on it. That must be an oak tree, you know? That maybe it's too big. Like I really like the shape of that. It's gonna need like it's gonna need a little lid. Is this too large? If I have trouble placing it, then yes, it's too large. But I kind of like the the tree itself is kind of like a cartoon outline. So adding a big acorn to it is kind of, what's the honey, what am I trying to say? Like, am I
I'm sorry, I was only half listening.
Oh, okay.
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, like I'm trying to decide. I've made a big acorn and I'm trying to decide if it's too big or if it kind of gets across the point.
Yeah, I felt like it was, I was looking at that a minute ago. Hold on a second. Originally I felt like it might have been a little too big, but I understand what you're trying to do.
I'm trying to make like a little.
I get it.
I kind of like it. I kind of like the ridiculous oversize of it.
Yeah.
Oh, Amanda says, what if you put it on the bottom like it's hanging off? Yeah, it's too big, but I like that idea.
Yeah, I understand the concept.
I think it's
Well,
still.
why don't you make one half the size and then hold the two there and decide that way?
All right, yeah, sure. I'll make a smaller one.
Yeah, when it's big like that, it has an abstract art
Yeah.
feel to it, but it gives the right message.
Yeah, like the whole thing is cartoony. Like all of the things I'm making here are very cartoony.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm just literally cobbling one together from the little scraps here just to sort of see. It's a little too long still, so I can just trim that. I think I need to smooth out the bottom. There we go. So there's my big one, which I rather like.
That's the word we were looking for. Jojo got a caricature.
Oh, thank you, Jojo. Yes, a caricature. Yeah.
That's the word. Correct.
So here's a smaller one. Let me just. So there's a smaller version. All right, so I've got a big one, caricature. Caricature. Thank you, Jojo. Again, not having a stroke. Just closer to the bottom, but not at the very bottom, says Amanda. So like, kind of here, kind of at the bottom.
I think the big one's the way to go.
I do too. I think the big one is the way to go. I think this is really cute, but I think the big one is the way to go. And typically acorns aren't all different sizes. So yeah, I'm going to go with the big one. The little one's cute, but I think I'm going to go with the big one because I like the caricature. Yeah. Yeah, Becky says the big one. I think so. Let's go with the big one. I'll keep this little guy around. I'll glue him together too. All right, so let's start with so that can go here, and then why was that? Whatever. Okay. This little guy has been really what I was afraid of having. Big blot. It's all right. I will make it work. Ah.
Big acorn, big block.
Yeah, big acorn, big blop of glue. It's all right. I can just fiddle it around a little bit, and then I'll get all these little bits off. That's why you keep a garbage can handy. All right, I'll fix that in a bit. So, Amanda was thinking towards the bottom. I still feel like it kind of balances the shaping up here. So I do like it up there. So I'm gonna tuck it in up there. And I'm also going to make this little one while I'm at it. So let's see if I can make this without a gigantic mess. All right, I might use that for something. And this might be getting ridiculous, saving all these little scraps, but I'll certainly save those too. That can all go in the trash. Okay, that can go to the side. And I'm going to glue this into place. Amanda says you put it where you like it. I'm sounding bossy. No, not at all. I get it. I get it. It's like, I know what you're thinking. You're also thinking in terms of that, like, it's almost like that cartoon, the fall, like, like that one little leaf you see kind of at the bottom or at the very tip end of a branch going and then falling, you know? That's sort of how I was hearing it when you said it, but I think I like the, just the shape. Like if I'm going to do, the shape to balance itself out. The big part of the tree is at the bottom, so I'm gonna balance things out by putting this silly big caricature, Jojo, of this acorn up at the top of the tree. And now it looks like I've got this, hey, this is obviously an oak tree because look, there's a great big, you know, acorn kind of telling you that. Yes, I like this. Put the little one on the other side, said Dawn. Like literally the other side. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet with my trees, so I think I'm just going to hang on to this little cutie. One acorn, done. All right, this little guy embellished. Now let's make an apple. So I can put these away. I'll deal with that later. And you can sit over here. So now you need an apple. So same thing, I might put it over here or put it over here, but a nice big round juicy apple. So I need some red. I am sure that I have a little red scrap. That will be more than perfect. There's a couple. Yeah, you get me, says Amanda. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're talking about. Not on the back side, on the other side of the big acorn, says Dawn. Like there's, like it's kind of in the background, like this one's in the foreground, that one's in the background. It's, Maybe. I don't know. I do like, I mean, it does give it a little bit of balance. I don't know. I'm going to put that, I'll let it sit there and I'll think about it. We are a lovely bunch, Lorraine. I totally agree with that. Okay, Wendy likes that. She likes the second little acorn. All right, talk amongst yourselves. Do you like the other little one kind of hanging there? Should I add them both? I am going to design an apple. This should be pretty simple. It's basically just a kind of a circle, almost a little bit of a heart shape. So let me make a circle first. And then I will give it a little quote, butt cheek, pardon me. It's got like a little bum. An apple has a little bum. And it also has a little divot up at the top, so. There we go. I knew I threw out those little pieces of brown too quickly. This is going to need a little, I need darker brown though. These can go in the garbage. Hello, Anna! Anna's in the house. Okay, so I'm going to put away the light beige. I'm going to get out a little bit of that dark brown again, because I want to do so it can't be too big, otherwise it'll look like a pumpkin. That's too big. Too thick, I mean. There. That's an apple. Pretty basic. In which case I can probably make a couple. 1, 2, 3 maybe? Amanda says, I like the little one. It's the baby acorn. So let's make this. That's the bottom. Actually, I may not even need to do a divot at the top if I'm going to put this guy in here. That's a little bit of a harsh angle, so let's round that out. There we go. So one up here. And let's do a third one. 3 apples, yes, says Amanda. Yeah, I feel like 3 is a good number. I think 3 is good. 3 is somehow balanced. There's like 3 kind of sections to the top of that tree. So let's do a little divot. And I'll put this little guy down here. And he needs a little there. 3 little apples. How does that look? Are they appropriately spaced out? I think that's good. And you know what? The little acorn is growing on me, gang. I think I might add the little acorn to the tree. Let's see, we'll put these here. That's annoying. Let's get this red out of the way. Okay, so let's glue this little guy to the tree. There we go. 1. And let's do, okay, I'm gonna put the little, I just need a smidgen of glue for the stems of the apple. So I'm just kind of using the bit of glue that's on the edge of the nozzle here. Yeah. Excuse me. Okay. And I'm going to put these guys back in place. Actually, you know what? I think I am going to just divot that. Watch me wreck it. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, you know what? I need even sharper scissors. I just want to shape this a smidgen more behind. This may not be doing anything at all. I'm just being ridiculous at this point. Okay. I like that there. I like this one here. All right, let's glue them down. Stop overthinking it, Jada. Amanda says, I can't help but see these as crocheted appliques. I feel like it's gonna have to happen. I agree. These are just too cute a shape and too pleasing to the eye to not somehow turn them into a crochet project. I agree. Trying to just twist them a little bit, just give them a little bit of character. There. An apple tree, an acorn tree. One is sort of a hardwood. I guess they're both hardwoods. An old English oak. A nice hardwood oak tree and an apple tree for the orchard. Lorraine says, we need a craft and games night, Miss Jada and Mr. InStitches, please. Ooh, craft and games. Craft and games. Craft and games. Yeah. Yeah, that would be fun. I wonder how we could swing that. Because I'd want to be, yeah. I kind of like that idea. I think that would be kind of fun. Maybe Mr. InStitches and I will put our heads together and think about that a bit. I miss the game her and Mr. InStitches used to do with the pool noodle. You know what, Dawn? We do want to get back to making some Granny Square game. We want to get back to the Granny Square game. And I know I've been saying that for like 2 years at this point, maybe longer. It's been taking a back seat because the two of us kind of need to be together, and we rearranged things a while ago to make the craft room a little bit better for me to function in. And part of that rearrangement took out the ability for us to both be in the same place at the same time and have the game board and Mr. InStitches and me and all this. And now, of course, we've got to add Penny into the mix. So things are a little bit chaotic in that regard, but we're working on it. We talk about it every once in a while about how like we might sort of sort it out. So we have not abandoned it. We will definitely be getting back to the Granny Square game, which is great because I feel like Granny Squares will probably always be my favorite scrap yarn project because there's so many things you can do with Granny Squares once you have them. And the fun randomness of that game, it creates the neatest looking bunch of squares. So for sure we'll be getting back to that. Game and crochet night, yeah, like the video games and crochet you did a few times a few years ago, says Ms. Rabbit. Gotcha, understood. Okay. Mr. InStitches got licked out. Nice. I see you corrected yourself. LOL. Yeah. So definitely we're going to have more fun, guys. You know, Mr. InStitches and I are always trying to sort of figure things out. I absolutely wanted to get back into, I wanted to make more time for other crafts. That's what the Stories and Stitches channel was going to be when we set it up years and years ago. We've put up a few things here and there. There are so many different kinds of crafts and hobbies that I love to do. And I feel like so often there is a decent story behind them too. I love being able to sit down and just hang out with you guys and just craft and, you know, just kind of enjoy each other's company. and this kind of puts me in the position to do the crafts that I want to. For example, like I got this kit and I've got so many fun kits here and I haven't gotten to them. And it's like little Jada all over again. Gets craft kit, sits and stares at it, doesn't pull it out, doesn't open it up, doesn't do anything with it, just sits and stares at it. And I want to get into these kits. I want to play with them. I want to go through them. I might learn something. I might be inspired in the middle of it. That's what I've been having so much fun with this silly little Happy Farm sewing kit. It is creating inspiration. It is creating a fun little outlet. I am enjoying going through it, and I've got other little ideas kind of spiraling outwards from it, and that's the whole point. Plus, I know that a lot of you love to just be told to sit down and work on something. We sometimes don't give ourselves enough time in a day to sit down and work on a project that we want to work on, or you've got something you have to do. Maybe it's a project you have to finish, or a gift you have to finish, or maybe you just have to tidy up, or you've got to do the laundry, or you've got to fold laundry. Whatever it is, I know that it's nice to do these things with company. It's like the old-fashioned quilting bees, when the ladies of the town would all get together and sit in one room and, you know, they'd be able to hang out. We're a global group now, you know, but this allows us to all kind of get together, and it reminds you, you know what, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to work on that thing. And then if it's something that kind of irks you a bit, like folding laundry or doing dishes, or you're trying to finish a blanket that you're just sick to death of, but you know you have to get it done, it kind of takes the edge off of doing that little chore or that little project. You kind of, you know, you can sort of sit down and work on it. And you've got some camaraderie at the same time. Or, like in this case, some of you actually went and got the kit, and we've been kind of playing with it together. It's like we're all kind of sitting at the same virtual table. Really have been enjoying that. So lots more of this kind of fun to come. Mr. InStitches is definitely, like, we're still kind of working on ironing out all the bits. There's going to be some more gaming and stuff happening there with Mr. InStitches. We did recently, like within the last couple of years, get access to better internet. And that was a huge impediment for us for like a decade of not having fast enough internet. So there were all these things that we really wanted to do, like the live tutorials that we've been doing so much of over on the other channel. We just couldn't do them as well without the better internet, because the high-speed internet is what makes it a better image. So there's just been, you know, as we think of an idea, sometimes it takes us a while to get it implemented, because we just don't have the tools, or we don't have the internet, or we don't have the fast enough computer, or whatever the case may be. So as we improve things, we are able to spend more time putting together projects, hanging out in live streams, doing little silly things like, you know, crafting and gaming and whatnot. And we get to invite all of you along. So going forward, for the Stories and Stitches, every time, there's no real schedule here. So when I realize I've got like an hour or an hour and a half to kind of sit down and, you know, get into this or hang out with you guys, I will just put the stream together. And as often as I can remember, I will share the link with all of our InStitches family members, because just so you know, if you want to like hang out with us, and I will endeavor to do that as often as I can remember to do so. And you're welcome to hang out. You don't have to do what I'm doing. It might inspire you to do something else, and who knows what else will happen. Otherwise, it's just a nice group of people to hang out with. And as you know, because we've all been hanging out for so many years now, I love it. Okay, so I just want to quickly check on we need to do some sewing on this channel. Ms. Rabbit, absolutely. I mean, you know me, I love sewing. It's going to be more than just these cute little felt things. And whoever forgot the timer. Anna says, my crochet is often fueled by guilt, so I welcome a healthier outlet for the crafting. Yes, this is guilt-free crafting. This is the sweet creative community sitting down and doing whatever the heck you want for at least an hour. That's what this is about. So hopefully it will also create a little bit of inspiration. I feel like we could all use that. Creativity is an endless source of positivity for me, of love and smiles and great vibrations. And, you know, I think we feed off each other. You guys make me laugh. I hopefully make you laugh. Certainly you guys inspire me, and I really hope that I get to inspire you. I mean, like, I think that is just an ever more important thing in this world, because there are more good people than there are bad. And I think it's easy to forget that. So it's nice to all come together in this group and just remind each other how, like, you know, friendly and nice and creative and crafty and goofy and stuff we can all be. Yeah. So more of that to come forever and ever and ever, if I can handle it. Pardon?
We're probably going to do some more item search games on
Oh,
Mr.
yeah. Mr. Stitches wanted me to let you know that he's recently procured some more item search games where, like, you have to, like, you know, find the hidden object and stuff. So he's hopefully spooling up to do a few more of those. And I know that we have a lot of fun with those. Those are fun, and they're kind of like group involvement. Like, we can all kind of, you know, sing out in the chat, like, you know, if we see them or whatnot. So I think we're planning on doing some more of those too on his channel. Yes, because this little group is great, and we like a whole variety of things, and I think that's the point. Variety is the spice of life. So, you guys are wonderful. Let me see here. Back to the days when we made things without the stress, right, Ms. Rabbit? That's the whole point. Absolutely. Some painting, yes. Amanda, absolutely. I love painting, and I have some super miniature canvases, which I think might be kind of fun to play with. Hi, Betty. I don't chat much, but I love this idea. Great. I'm so glad to hear that. And again, guys, please jump in the chat with each other, chat with me. I love it. But if you also just want to sit and, like, chill and, you know, even watch this later or something, or you just want to, like, be busy, don't feel you've got to chit chat. I frequently watch live streams, and I don't jump in the chat. I just love the live. I love that, knowing that it's like I'm there it's all happening at the same time. Like, I just love it. So I love it if you chat. You don't have to. You're just welcome to hang out, period. So, his channel, says Charlie, question mark. Yes, Mr. InStitches has a channel. Mr. InStitches is Mr. InStitches. And I don't know if it's linked anywhere here. But Jessica Rabbit has it, so Jessica Rabbit can share the link with you if I forget. We are a lovely bunch of coconuts. All the InStitches hangouts, that's exactly it. Sherry says, what is his channel? It is Mr. InStitches. And I will try to remember to put a link somewhere, you know, maybe a post or something, so you can check him out. Because I think it's been a while since we linked to Mr. InStitches.
Yeah, just type in Mr. InStitches.
Yeah, just if you type in Mr. InStitches.
Right there on the chat box.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Mr. Oh, you can click on, so they should be able to click on your name.
So, yeah.
If you click on Mr. InStitches' name in the actual live chat, it should come up. Mr. In fact, I will do this at...
Oh, there, Jessica Rabbit got it.
There we go. At Mr. InStitches. Yeah, see, Jessica Rabbit got it. Thank you. Perfect. Okay. All right, my dears, my dear friends. This is see, you guys are great. This is great. That's it for today. Last thing we're gonna do, as far as the kits are concerned, is the barn. So I'm really looking forward to this. There's even a fence. This isn't just a barn. It's a barn and a fence. I am only just seeing this now.
Oh, I didn't know there was a fence.
It's a barn and a fence. This just keeps getting better and better. So, barn and fence will be the next one we do. And then we will see about possibly adding to this little menagerie. Yeah, okay, great feelings. Happy good vibes. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your Sunday or your Monday morning, Lorraine, or wherever you may be. Thank you so much for hanging out, spending a little time with me. Go make yourselves a nice meal. You deserve it. Do a little organizing in your craft room and dig through your craft stash. And if you find things, put them aside. You never know. You might want to use them in an upcoming craft. And take the guilt out. Just go, the second, if you go, oh, take that and throw it out the window. No more guilt associated with crafting. If you think to yourself, oh, I might like to do that, but I don't know, put it aside. And remember, when you're hanging out here for an hour or whatever, that's your permission to sit down and just work on something. Either whatever I'm doing or something else you've been meaning to do. If you bought yourself a kit or somebody gave you a kit, no more guilt associated with crafting. This is our happy place after all. All right, that's it for me. Everybody have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you all probably tomorrow on Monday on the other channel. And yeah, so enjoy your evening. Have something good to eat. Do something that makes you smile. And remember, stay safe and crafty. You get to stitch your own story. Have a great night. We'll see you all very soon. Ciao, guys.